Who'd you say the monster? Who'd you say the assault was? Okay. Does anybody mind if I pick assault?
I apologize, everyone. I didn't realize that my mic was muted. I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Let me go ahead. Congrats to Team Dildozers. I did mention that when I got bombed by Super Juju, so thanks again. So I apologize for that.
I can do assault pretty well. No, I played with all of them.
Yeah, fail on me. How long? Did you hear any of my commentary for that?
Mind if I go assault?
I guess not. I mean, I was gonna pick it, but who else should I pick then? What spot is free?
Who's talking right now?
Monster, medic, and support.
Okay, I'll pick support then.
I'll fill.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry about that, everyone. I don't know how long I was muted for. Hopefully it wasn't that long. I think what I might have done is I might have been eating a bite of food and I didn't want to chew in front of everyone's face, so I muted myself. So this map, with this randomization, we've got Nest and Rendering Plant.
I can't even remember the last time I played Nest.
With Parnell, Mad Mags, Laz, Cabot, and Gorgon as the monster, and Space Laser as the map perk. So once again,
okay, can we still...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if I can't pick my own class, then who were the guys again? Sorry, I just.
No worries. It's Parnell, Maggie, Laz, Cabot.
Okay.
It should be like auto-selected.
Oh, okay.
Or it was for me last time.
Yeah.
Use Bucket, he's the Nest Master. I am using a randomizer, so right now, basically, the point of the Evolve Jam sessions is just kind of to play around, play things that you normally wouldn't do, compositions you normally wouldn't. It's basically just kind of just to have fun with some of the things in Evolve that you might not normally do, such as Nest and Rescue and things like that. I do put a higher priority towards Hunt. I don't believe I have Defend. No, I do have Defend. And then, of course, if we get a consistent group that can stick around for an hour, hour and a half, we will actually go through and do evac modes, which are a lot of fun to actually watch and see all the way plays through. One hour. Typical cow. Sorry about that, everyone. But the gist of what I was talking about... How often do I do streams like this? This should be a very consistent thing. I normally do coaching with Cal on Saturdays as well. However, I didn't do it this week because I am actually going to be doing some role-playing with some friends tonight, so I won't actually be able to play for very much longer, only about another hour and a half or so before I have to shoot off. And as such, but normally I do, Saturdays I usually stream a lot of Evolve, specifically this kind, and coaching with Cal. And I'm kind of doing coaching with Cal now in this, even though we're doing like unusual formats and things like that. So Nest with Gorgon, that's interesting. I have yet to actually see or play a game of Nest with Gorgon, so it'd be interesting. I'm trying to think how teaming up with the Goliath is kind of interesting, especially if you can spider trap somebody and the Goliath keeps on beating on them inside the spider trap. So there is actually really good potential. In fact, the small Goliath actually adds extra burst damage to Gorgon that normally she doesn't have. So this is actually kind of an interesting thing because that Gorgon or that Goliath minion will help out Gorgon quite a lot, actually. I'm thinking if somebody's played Nest for the first time and they're getting the tutorial. Hopefully Path does well. Gorgon does have a lot of particle effects. The holidays, you probably haven't seen me evolve, or you haven't seen me stream much Xeon because of the holidays. I had a lot of family and work stuff. I got a recent promotion 4 months ago. I got another one this month. So there's been a lot of flux and change in my real life. So my streaming hasn't been as consistent, but starting this year, I want to make it a lot more consistent. It also doesn't help that my computer is in my living room, and I have a 3-year-old this month, and who turns 3 this month, and a daughter who's a few months old, and I'm sure you don't want to hear them screaming and crying in the background. And again, because my computer's in a very public forum in our house, I'm waiting to move in a few months, and I should have my own office then, in which case I should be a lot more consistent. But every now and then, like, I'll get ready to stream, but then my kids are acting up, or my wife, you know, wants to hang out or something. So it's been a little bit in flux, just because my family and my job will always come first over video games. Oh, and there comes that laser smashing him across the face. That space laser, very interesting. And let's see how the hunters are going. Hunters are, in fact, splitting up. It looks like Trapper and Medic are sticking together, and Assault and Support are sticking together. Now, Laz can cloak, which is interesting. And so that will be interesting. Mr. Towley regrets to inform me that he was supposed to play Parnell, but he forgot, and so he is playing as the handsome and majestic cyborg Torvald. And Torvald just wrecking that first egg with those mortars there. This is going to be a very fast game. A lot of damage potential from this hunter team, whereas the monster is probably going to have to wait until it's stage 2, hatch a Goliath, and then basically try and make that a win, or they're going to probably lose. And monster, almost ready to evolve. Should be able to go ahead and evolve. Has 3 meats to eat up. Will probably be close to about half. Oh, there's that space laser. Space laser. Okay. Interesting thing is that all the hunters are going to be down on this lower half of the map, so the monster might be able to make something work over here. 2 web, 3 spider trap, and 1 in acid. This is probably going to be a one-stop shop. He might be able to hatch this one. Decides not to hatch that. I feel that without hatching an egg, it's going to be very hard for him to win. Ooh, Cabot just took a lot of damage from something. Dune Beetle over there, being a jerk. And only 3 eggs left. This egg will just melt really, really shortly. Monster looks like he's trying to get into position here. And here comes the Assault and Support. Assault and Support, if they happen to sneak past right as the monster goes, wow, this might be very interesting, because if those 2 destroy those 2 eggs, then they're going to win. This is a, wow, okay, so I think this might not even have a final confrontation. Gorgon might start attacking these guys down here. Cabot's probably going to stealth and run off. Maggie's going to slow down with traps and go from there, but I think that Support and Assault just won the game. I feel that Plath probably should have hatched one and then follow the hatch, just because otherwise they wouldn't be able to. Give me 1 second, somebody's pinging the heck out of me. Okay, so here we go. Final egg. If this gets destroyed, or if it gets hatched and the Goliath dies, here we go, hatching it, and it does look like we will get our finale. Here we go. Go Goliath. Now all the hunters have to do is go after the Goliath, and they'll win. So let's keep the health bars open. Goliath Gorgon mixing it up here, and the minion Goliath going after Laz. Laz decides to cloak, runs away. Cabot going and putting the damage amp on Gorgon. Gorgon being zapped over there by Maggie. pretty good job so far, but I feel like that the minions at half health, that's very scary. And there's that space laser again. Decides to just chime in whenever the heck it wants. And that flame trap's been doing a lot of damage. It's been on him for quite a while. And it does look like that the minion is about to die. So GG. I feel that if he hatched that earlier, it probably would have been very different because he probably would have got with the assault and support. And then he still would have had one more egg to fall back on if that engagement didn't work.
That was a pretty intense last.
It was funny, like right as the assault and support were going up the right side, up that choke point, the monster was going down the left, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And so you happen to miss each other, and the support and assault sneaked by for that egg kill.
Or minion kill, as it were.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Cabot and I
You did
discovered
good, Webb.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Cabot seems pretty good with in nest matches because I mean with the damage amp you could like really kill minions pretty quickly.